I had an opportunity to do a project over in Nigeria, and you know, I have this journal that I do, and I always write down the things that I project to do and want to do, places I want to go. And so there it was, one of those places, and I actually had the opportunity to go. And boy, what an opportunity it was. So I'm off to Nigeria, and so many thoughts, so many, you know, ideas going through my head about, you know, the sights and the experience and the people and the feeling that I would get. And I tell you, it was that and more. And so, you know, arriving there, you know, you feel the heat as you get off the plane, because there's no air conditioning in the airport, you know. So you know that you in the motherland, because it's not like any other heat, you know. And so, you know, having that experience, just getting there and seeing the people and hearing the languages, seeing all of the beautiful fabric that everyone wears, you know, that has not converted to Western you know, style of clothing, and for the most part, you know, you see that the culture. And so, you know, being there and being cultivated into the experience and having an opportunity to be in the villages with elders that are, you know, 5 generations apart, and they're standing there right in front of you, from, you know, pre-20s to 100 years old. And no one is bent over, you know, no one is wrinkled in the skin, you know, everybody seems like they just got it together, you know. A very, very different view of what we see on television. So it was just fantastic. Had the opportunity to go and visit Osun State, which is one of the most visited lands in Nigeria, where the Yoruba culture is very much alive and well, where people come to experience very high spirituality, and the roots from which we practice here today in the States through Christianity. They say that is where it came from and where it cultivated from. And so it was just a dream to be able to be there and to experience it and be in the space where our ancient ancestors once walked, and even ancient guardian spirits, they say, even once walked. I mean, what an experience. And so through my time and travel there, I actually had the opportunity to perform. And I tell you, it felt like I was in heaven, like I was in heaven. It was like I could just reach up and grab the stars, you know. They were just right over my head, it seemed like. And the performance was outside. And it was a dream. It was a dream. I felt like I was at home. The people were very warm, very inviting. The musicians was off the chain, you know. It was a dream. And I was so blessed and so full of gratitude to have had traveled and journeyed in that way. I had also had the opportunity to experience agriculture and helping to dig for clean water and lay fresh pipes for clean water. And that was an experience all its own. And to see people that look like you get up every day and go and, you know, gather all their belongings to go and work for themselves to help support each other. And I remember even on my journeys, just I went to over 7 different states while I was in Nigeria, and I never seen anyone other than Africans, dark, black skinned Africans, you know, different tones, but no one else. And I thought, wow, like, you know, where am I, right? So that again, culture shock, you know, coming from America is a culture shock, you know. And so it was like, you know, being in this vortex, being in this space that you only really dream about, right? So, you know, as I'm traveling from place to place and seeing other people, when they would see me You know, they hear the tones, they hear the language is a bit different, but when they identify you, they identify you by tribe. So they would say to me, Igbo, Igbo, and everybody, Igbo. And I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm American. They like, no, you Igbo, you know. And I'm like, okay, I'm Igbo, you know. Well, come to find out, I am on my mother's side. They were from Benin and Togo, which I later discovered after doing my DNA testing. And so it just being there, it's just a whole nother space and place. You find yourself, you know, being in this spiritual vortex, because everything there is very spiritual. No matter if you're going out to the village to meet the elders, that's a spiritual experience because of the way they greet one another. You debale to them, which means there's a bowing to them. You bow to the Spirit of God that is within them. You know, the traditions have not changed, and that's what makes it make you feel like you are royalty. You know, they truly live that life. And so I had like that most uplifting experience that when I returned back to the States, it took me, and it usually takes me a while when I travel, to really settle down and try to get myself grounded again, to say, okay, I'm back in my space. I'm back in, you know, in this on this side of the world, where our norm is a little different from what we, you know, call abnormal. So it took me a minute though to get myself back, and when I did, I found that I was different. I found that there was something that happened to me when I traveled to the mother country, and I made up my mind to do a lot of transformation in my life that truly solidified who I am, why I came here, and what my purpose is. And so I would say, you know, to anyone, especially anyone of African descent that is thinking about taking a trip over to any place, any country in the motherland, go, and don't look back, and don't have any preconceived notions about anything. Take off all of your clothes and go naked, and just embrace and receive, and all the things that you've seen on television and you've read. Go ahead and put that out of your mind and just go over there like a newborn baby